Hello again. One thing people ask me sometimes is, should I get the heavy gauge? What is the heavy gauge and do I need it? And the heavy gauge rings are most useful when rings get a bit chunkier, a bit bigger, I should say. And so look here, this is a 2 sacrocubic ring, and with the standard gauge wire it's a little bit flexible and it has beads on it to give it a bit more oomph. The heavy gauge wire, because it's got a lot less resistance, the wire is much thicker, doesn't need the beads, and also that's much less easy to deform. So if you want to use this where it's going to get a bit of wear and tear, so for instance I have one on the driver's seat of my car, which I sit in all the time, and that's fine. If I was using one of these, it would do the job, but it would get pretty bent over time compared to one of these. And again, particularly if you go travelling, I remember Katharina said, sit on it when you go back on the plane. It's the only time I've been to the States. Use it on the plane, sit on it and you'll feel much better. And it was really interesting. That definitely helps with things like travel sickness, I feel. I sit in it in the car because it just seems to keep me alert. I mean, I can drive occasionally, not very often, but if I drive to go and teach somewhere at the other end of the country, I might be in the car for 6-7 hours and pretty much just drive straight through. I don't feel the fatigue, the driving tiredness that I used to. I feel like this is part of the recipe. So, as you can see, it's considerably chunkier. This is a plain copper wire, and it's, if you need that resilience for the way you're going to use it, then it's a good investment. It's going to last for a very long time. They're very tough. It's very unlikely that the brazes where the ends of the wire are joined together break, but it can happen occasionally. But I've never seen it with the big chunky rings. So that's your difference.